When you hear the word interrogation, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Probably that classic movie scene. A single chair, a blinding light, and a sweaty forehead. But no, this was different. This was theater. Two police officers walk in. One looks like a UFC fighter, the other like he works at a kindergarten. One yells, "You committed this crime! You're looking at 25 years." The other says, "Hold on, let's calm down. Maybe this guy can help us." And that's when you realize this is the good cop, bad cop show. No ticket required, and guess what? You're the star of the performance. This strategy is a full-blown psychological battle. First, they scare you. Pressure, shouting, doors slamming. It's an Oscar-worthy act. You're sweating, panicking, and all you can think is, how do I get out of here? Then suddenly silence. The good cop leans in with a calm voice. "I want to help you. Just be honest with me." And your brain goes, wow, what a nice guy. But bro, he's in on it too. It's like a Netflix thriller, except you're not waiting for the 25th of the month to watch the next episode. You're acting in it right now. The psychological game begins. The bad cop breaks you down, the good cop repairs you, and you start thinking, this guy's on my side. Let me talk. So you talk. A lot, maybe too much. And every single word you say becomes evidence. Let's take a quick look at the ethical side of things. This technique is so powerful that sometimes the confession you give isn't even really yours. You just talk because the pressure makes you feel like you're finally relieved. And in some countries, that kind of confession, it's not even admissible in court. Because turns out the legal system says, we don't want theater, we want facts. Imagine this. You've been taken into an interrogation room. There's a table, two chairs, and a clock on the wall. A clock that doesn't even work. Instead of ticking seconds, you're breathing heavily. And suddenly the officer walks in and says your friend has already talked. What? Max? Him? He talked. What are you supposed to think at that moment? Now listen closely. This technique is called manipulation with false information. And it's a complete mind game. There are no real facts, but they speak as if there were. Sometimes you'll hear things like, "We found your fingerprints. You're clearly seen on the camera," or "Your friend has confessed everything." And in that moment, it feels like your mind collapses. The police don't force you. They simply make you believe. And then you think, if Max really talked, why should I be the only one left out? I should at least tell my side of the story. And that side of the story suddenly turns into a confession. You think you're protecting yourself, but in reality, it's exactly the opposite. Imagine this. You're in a room, sitting on a chair. A police officer is sitting across from you. You're sweating. He's just asking questions. And you're thinking, I'll get through this easily. My friend, no. This isn't just a simple interrogation. This is a mind script disruption operation. The officer asks, "Where were you on the night of the crime?" And you, just like you rehearsed, "I was at home. Everything seems fine, right?" 15 minutes go by and you're already thinking, I'm off the hook. Then suddenly the officer asks, "Which movie did you watch at home that night?" And that's when the system starts to crash. Movie? No, I was listening to music. Oops, this is where your brain hits a Windows error. Because lying requires memory. And that's exactly the officer's goal, to ask you the same scenario in different forms until you contradict your own story. Maybe not on the first try, but by the fifth, you've already forgotten you were home. And now you're saying, maybe I was at a cafe. You walk into the interrogation as a hero and walk out as a pile of contradictions. This method might sound simple, but its effectiveness lies in one thing. It's a trap built on the fragility of human memory. For someone telling the truth, these repeated questions feel redundant. But for someone lying, every question is like a landmine. And sooner or later, it explodes. So what's the lesson here? If you're lying, pray for your memory. And if you're telling the truth, still be careful. Because when the same question is asked for the fifth time, even you might start doubting yourself. You've made a mistake. A small one. Relatively small. Yeah, you hit someone. But hey, he insulted you first, right? Everyone has their limits. And now you're in a room. There's an investigator sitting across from you. The door is closed. He looks at you. You look at him. And then something happens. Something you didn't expect. He starts to justify your actions. Look, anyone in your place would have done the same. That guy seriously disrespected you, didn't he? You were just defending yourself. And in that moment, you feel a strange sense of relief. Yeah, I didn't even really mean to. It was just one punch. I was so angry. Boom, you've already talked. The confession is out. And the most important detail? It feels like you did it voluntarily. This is called the minimization technique. What's really happening is this. The investigator is connecting with your conscience. He's telling you that what you did maybe wasn't so bad after all. You stop seeing yourself as a criminal and start seeing yourself as just an emotional human being. You think, I'm not a monster. I just lost control for a second. And guess what happens? That feeling of relief gives you the green light to talk. Your guilt is being made to seem normal, which makes your confession feel safe, even forgivable. This technique is incredibly sneaky, because while you think you're being understood and defended, you're actually being nudged straight into self-incrimination. And the most interesting part? This time, you're not talking out of fear. You're talking out of understanding. You're in a room with concrete walls, sitting alone, no phone, no clock, no window. Just you sitting on a chair. And the room is freezing cold. At first you think, it's just cold. It'll pass. But it doesn't. Your hands go numb, your feet tremble, your jaw starts to shake. One question keeps circling in your mind. Why are they doing this? Then the door opens. A police officer walks in. He looks at you and makes what seems like a simple offer. Look, we just want to know the truth. If you tell us what really happened, you can leave this room. It's all kind of up to you. And right then, a little deal forms in your head. If I talk, maybe I'll get out of this hellish room. So, you start talking. Okay, look. I was there, but I didn't plan it. Manipulating room temperature, FN. This is psychological pressure through physical discomfort. Technically, no one insulted you, no one yelled or threatened you, but your body can't take it anymore. Have you noticed that people take longer to decide things in a warm room, but get irritable and impulsive in the cold? That's not a coincidence. Cold breaks down your reflexes, eats away your patience, drains your energy. And in the end, your resistance collapses. This technique doesn't force you, it wears you down. Silent but powerfully effective pressure.